I kept believing that silence would protect me. I convinced myself that saying nothing would never break me. I kept taking shelter in my own certainty. I was wrong. I never told her that I loved her. I thought time would say it for me, but time said nothing. And then one day she left. No noise, no complaint, no accusation, just a door closing, and what remained with me was a lifetime of silent regret. I am 72 years old now, and I am not telling you this so that you will listen to me out of respect or politeness. I am telling you this so that you do not repeat the mistakes. I spent my entire life defending, justifying, and calling wisdom. When I was young, I believed I was strong. I believed control was strength. I believed restraint was maturity. I believed silence was dignity, and distance was intelligence. I believed that a man who spoke less, asked for less, needed less, and revealed less was a man who could never truly lose. I believed that if I kept my emotions contained, measured and unnamed, I would remain safe. I believed that love, when expressed too openly, became fragile. I believed that desire, when spoken aloud, lost its power. I believed that discipline meant withholding, not offering. I was wrong. I did not understand that what I called strength was only fear standing upright. I did not understand that what I called dignity was only avoidance dressed in good manners. I did not understand that what I called wisdom was simply the refusal to risk being seen. I met that woman at an age when a man believes he finally knows himself. It is the age when you think you are complete, when in reality you have only become familiar with your habits. You mistake familiarity for truth. You mistake repetition for understanding. She did not enter my life loudly. She did not arrive like a storm or a disruption. She arrived the way patience arrives, quietly, steadily, without urgency, without demand. She did not insist. She did not pressure. She did not ask for promises or declarations. She simply stayed, and I mistook her patience for permanence. I never once told her that I did not love her. That sentence never existed between us. But I also never told her that I did love her. I convinced myself that love did not require language. I convinced myself that feelings were strongest when they remained unspoken. I told myself that words cheapened emotion, that explanation weakened authenticity. What I did not admit, even to myself, was that I was afraid. Afraid that once spoken, love would demand response. Afraid that once named, love would require courage. Afraid that once acknowledged, love would change me. So I kept everything controlled. The pace of closeness, the rhythm of intimacy, the distance between questions and answers, the boundaries that allowed presence without vulnerability. I kept her close enough that she would not leave, but far enough that she would never feel chosen. And I kept calling it wisdom. When you are young, silence feels like safety. You believe that if you say nothing, nothing can break. You believe that withholding words protects both you and the future. I believed that deeply. She asked questions, but she asked them gently. Questions about time, questions about direction, questions about us, questions that felt less like demands and more like apologies. She spoke as if she were asking permission to hope, and I responded as if clarity were a threat. Every answer I gave was carefully incomplete, enough to keep her present, never enough to let her feel secure. I told myself I was being calm. I told myself I was being reasonable. I told myself I was protecting something delicate. In reality, I was teaching her how to wait, and waiting, when prolonged, becomes erosion. Love does not vanish suddenly. I know this now with the certainty that only age provides. Love does not leave in anger. It does not disappear in one dramatic moment. Love grows quiet first. Then it grows tired. Then it learns how to survive without being fed. Her voice softened. Her questions slowed. Her expectations retreated. The silence between us expanded. And instead of fear, I felt relief. Relief that nothing was being asked anymore. Relief that I no longer had to explain myself. Relief that I could remain untouched. I mistook that relief for peace. When she left, there was no argument, no confrontation, no dramatic ending, only absence. And absence had already become familiar to me. That is what silence does. It prepares you for loss so gently that you do not recognize it when it arrives. Today I understand this clearly. Silence is never neutral. It always favors one side, and eventually it turns against you. Time does not punish immediately. It is patient. It allows you to remain busy. It allows you to succeed. It allows you to feel useful and accomplished. Time waits until your justifications feel solid. Then it removes them one by one. One married. I built a life. I fulfilled responsibilities. I became reliable, respected, and stable. From the outside, everything looked complete. Inside, there was a space I refused to name. Not pain, not regret, just an absence that never asked to be acknowledged. I did not remember her the way young people remember. I did not romanticize. I did not fantasize. I remembered her the way truth remembers you, without drama, without hope, without illusion. And that is when I understood something devastatingly simple. I did not lose love. I never gave it the chance to stay. I never reached out again, not because I did not want to, but because some mistakes cannot be corrected without dismantling the person you have become. And not everyone has the courage to start that kind of collapse. Some doors do not close loudly. They do not slam. They do not announce themselves. They slowly turn into walls. I am 72 years old now. My time is limited, but my clarity is absolute. Love does not survive through caution. Love does not breathe in silence. Love does not endure on patience alone. If you love someone, do not assume they will understand your restraint. Do not assume they will translate your quiet. Do not assume time is infinite. Do not believe that saying it later is equal to saying it now. Later is not generous. Later is uncertain. I am not offering advice. I am offering consequence. I protected myself carefully, intelligently, successfully, so successfully that I arrived here alone. This is what silence gives you. Not chaos, not blame, not drama, just a lifetime-long awareness that the moment you needed courage was the moment you chose control instead. I am speaking now, but now is all I have left.